Welcome to Let's Talk Showbiz here on the JoyNews channel. My name is Doreen Avio, and today we get to talk more on the legendary Nana Ampadu. His sons want to share their fondest memories of their dad. Of course, some industry personalities also want to share some few things perhaps we did not know about Nana Ampadu, and lessons also learned from his passing. And we're looking forward to hear all of that here on Let's Talk Showbiz. So yes, he has passed on. He was a great musician. Lots of people have been talking about him, sharing their fondest memories of him. Some have also been paying condolences to him and his family, and it's rather unfortunate. But hey, let's take a listen to all these amazing people.
One story he gave me, we were traveling from Kumasi to Accra. There was so much traffic. I was driving, he was sitting behind. I tried to overtake cars. And he said, son, no. You have to follow the process. So that's the last word he said to me on our last travel. Follow the process.
We miss a great deal of things, and there's so much that we will miss. His sense of humility, his sense of jovial, his sense of humor. Everywhere he goes, you feel his presence. You feel that yes, Nana is here. Yes, he's a great man, and we will miss him.
Was an uncle. I mean, that's one thing. I mean, he is. It's a little bit far, but he's an uncle. He's from the same town like me. We're all from Ubo, and so he's someone that I mean, for me, if I speak about my mentors, he is the number one. As a child, I used to sing all his songs. At a certain time, as a child, when I was growing up, I thought one day I was gonna. It was a dream to play in his band. And so for me, Nana was, was everything that I wanted to be, like selfless. And I remember when I became the chairman of Gamro, he was very vocal. He was very active in fighting that Gamro gets the recognition that it deserves. I mean, I won't be saying too much of it because people are saying all the nice things about him, and Nana is more than an institution. I heard one gentleman say that Nana is an institution. I've been saying it in my interviews, that during the time that Walt Disney was animating some of these, doing this animation of Donald Duck and the Tom and Jerry's for the American market, we had someone here called Nana Ampadu who was giving it a full script. All we needed was to get a young person from NAFT to animate some of the stories, and we would have had images and role models that looked like us, because Nana was giving us a whole script, and he's one of a kind. I mean, I played with him. I performed with him at the Kempinski about 4 or 5 years ago. And in the midst was ex-president before Nana Jima Kunedu Rawlings. He took the mic and started, words pours out of him. He can be on stage and just compose any song, make it songs out of everything. Give him a word, give him any topic, he will make a song right there spontaneously. He's one of the kind.
He's one of a kind indeed, and like you rightly mentioned, that someone said he's an institution and someone who needs to be celebrated. He's a legend. I mean, he's composed over 800 songs, and like you just said, that he'd get on stage and compose a song. What do you think are some of the lessons musicians right now, the generation right now, are churning out tunes? What are some of the lessons we can learn from him?
Well, I think luckily for us, he left us footprints. Those are his albums, his works that we can listen to and tap from those knowledge that he shared with us. I heard one guy speak about Addo and the rest. Yes, we have great guys like Jacko Nimo, Nana Pedu was one of them. These are people who are more than institutions.
Yeah.
You have the UN and other institutions recognizing them as such, but we are so close to them, and we don't even get closer to them to tap into their knowledge, to tap into their experience.
Can you just tell us about your relationship with the late Nana Ampadu?
Well, I would say that I am a filmmaker, so my relationship mostly started from the political front. But before then, I was stealing from him. Yes, as a filmmaker, sometimes I pick his songs, and it's mostly on stories. He likes writing about fairy tales and things like that. So I pick some of his stories, I steal them, until one day I decided that let me come to him and seek his permission. I came, I confessed, and he just laughed and said, "Oh, I've been saying it, but I'm just proud that you are making use of my works. And if you are here today, why not? You can do it. Any song you want, that you want to make a film out of it, go ahead. That is why I am on earth, to educate. So if you are going to pick the song and make a movie out of it, then go ahead."
I mean, this man composed like 800 songs or even more.
It's more than 800.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, even more. What has the industry lost?
An institution. We've lost an institution. For me, if you ask me, we've lost an institution. But there is also the Addo and the rest who are also there with us now. I would like to see after Nana's burial, something will be done to keep records of what we have left. Nana's demand should give us a wake-up call that we should have a way of institutionalizing our legends in the arts, because it looks like we only enjoy them while they are alive. When they go, then we forget about them.
I think that I learned few lessons, and some of the lessons that I learned is that one, Nana will tell you, don't be a cheat. He will tell you, don't be greedy. Whatever your level, your size, Nana will see you. He will want to hug you. He will want to tell you stories. He will want to tell you about himself. He want to tell you about Christ. I mean, and he is one thing that everybody remembers him about, that he never forgot his God. Wherever he passes, he tried to make sure that Christ is mentioned. And I remember this one. I even have the footages which I will share with you, that when we went to Paris, that he performed in the Church of Pentecost, Paris Central Church of Pentecost. Nana performed, and you know one thing, when he was about to have the microphone, the officiating pastor was a bit, he was a bit confused as Nana Ampadu coming to perform in Church of Pentecost, and so he took the microphone and said, "I am one," and then Odutu Nana Ampadu meba to gospel, and I'm telling you, in the whole church, the mood and everything, people were like, this is the person we are talking about. Wherever he was, you will never see Nana frowning his face. You will never see him getting angry. At every time, he will advise you, he will educate you, he will share jokes with you, he will give you stories. I mean, he tells you stories about things. And me particularly, he shared with me, I remember in the flight, I sat with him in one seat, and he told me how he started his music from Kwawu, how he all started and everything. So, practically, this is the person we are celebrating. And
away from that, Sam Odutu is a new artist signed on to Links Entertainment. In fact, he is doing gospel music. Now, the young man has released, I think, about 2 singles so far. The latest one is with Ife Grace. It's titled Ayeyi. And today he was on Daybreak Hits, and he's been sharing with us how he got to sign on to Links Entertainment. An interesting and inspiring thing you should actually listen to. So let's hear from Sam Odutu.
How I got to Links, it was through a competition by City TV, The Voice Factory. Richie was a judge on the show, and I became the first runner-up at the end of the competition. And then 2 weeks later, I got a call. And the amazing thing about the whole Voice Factory was it was amazing because I never spoke to Richie, like apart from the fact that he was going to judge me on whether I did well or not on the show. The only time we spoke was when I think one of the days we had finished the show and we were outside and I was about leaving and he was like right beside me. So I just greeted him, boss, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Charlie, you did well today. Keep it up." And that was the only conversation we had throughout Voice Factory, aside the fact that he was supposed to judge me on whether I did well or not. And then 2 weeks later, I got a call and meeting were arranged and everything, and the contract was there, and then I just had to get my lawyer and everybody.
Really?
And we just signed everything. Like it didn't feel real till the day we signed, because I'm like,
Really?
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Call them the Music Magic Sisters, and you won't be far from the truth. Tegos Sisters is the name of a musical duo consisting of twins Lydia Dedeyos Tego and Elizabeth Kokoi Tego. They have been singing in the gospel music industry since 1983. Lydia Dedeyos Tego and Elizabeth Kokoi Tego, who are twins, were born to the late Hamont Ayikwe Tego and Madame Theresa Addo on 27th July 1965. In 1983, they joined the Open Bible Church International, where they met the male singing group the Advent Heralds. They backed the Advent Heralds at their public performances. In 1985, they met the late Reverend Francis Akwesiamwako, who became their mentor. Under his guidance, they toured far and wide, both in and out of Ghana, and gained fame. Their first album, Nyame Yekese, which was written by the Advent Heralds, was released in 1987. Orichiche and Stay in My Heart followed in 1988. In March 2021, the group was honored by the organizers of 3 music awards in an event called the 3 Music Women's Branch. Joy Entertainment celebrates the evergreen Tegos Sisters.
Right, so that'll be it for Let's Talk Showbiz today's edition. My name is Doreen Avio, and I'll be back here same time here on the Joy News channel. Until then, remember to log on to myjoyonline.com and of course Joy Entertainment GH on our social media handles to get all the updates in your world of showbiz. On Twitter and Facebook is Doreen Avio, and on Instagram is Doreen_Avio. Until then, have a great evening.